The photo of Mike Lindell, the CEO of MyPillow, captured by the Washington Post, is drawing a lot of attention. He's a member of President Trump's closest group, including Sidney Powell and General Michael Flynn as well. After meeting President Trump on the 15th, Michael Lindell was spotted in the telescope lens by Washington Post reporter on his way to the West Wing. If you look at a photo published by the Washington Post, it is commented like this: taken immediately to save Constitution. Of course, the sentence was sufficient to be interpreted to mean that martial law should be invoked if necessary. And in fact, many media reported as follows: Trump ally Michael Lindell pushes martial law at White House. Actually, Lindell previously tweeted to President Trump to enforce martial law, but later deleted that tweet. There was also a sentence like this: Colon now as acting national security. There was an interpretation that the word Colon is a top cybersecurity attorney, Frank Colon, who, according to his LinkedIn page, is an attorney for the Cyber Operations 780th Military Intelligence Brigade. However, according to New York Magazine, Colon said he never met Lindell and was stunned by the proposal to appoint him to a senior position. There was also Sidney Powell, who supported President Trump from the start, and Bill Olson, the director of the U.S. Aircraft Engine Construction Company. There were also sentences like this: foreign interference in the election, and make it clear this is the China and Iran. There was also the sentence move Kash Patel to CIA acting, in a line that could suggest a proposal to oust CIA Director Gina Haspel and take her place Kash Patel. As soon as the photo was released, the Washington Post, Guardian, and CNN reported that President Trump is pushing for martial law in the White House and plans to replace CIA Director Gina Haspel to Kash Patel. Kash Patel is a person known as a Trump's loyalist and counterterrorism leader on the National Security Council. It has yet to be confirmed whether this exposed photo was Trump's plan or just Mike Lindell's mistake. However, that one photo shocked Biden's team as the inauguration ceremony, which will take place on January 20th, is near. Actually, Biden urgently canceled the inauguration rehearsal for security reasons, despite the fact that 25,000 National Guards were mobilized in Washington, D.C. A few days ago, MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell has been a hot topic in online, as he has been strongly convinced of President Trump's re-election through a video recently. But this video is his claim and has not been proven officially yet.
We're heading off for this week, this historical week. I'm actually going to be meeting with General Flynn, Sidney Powell, everybody on my team. A lot of stuff going on that I can't say. All I want to do is give everybody confidence that Donald Trump's going to be your president for the next 4 years. All this, they're very much afraid all the evidence that I know is there is going to come out this week. And everybody praying for protection, for everybody that's standing up to these guys, for our country. The whole world is watching, and 100% Donald Trump is going to be your president the next 4 years. We cannot, I don't want anyone out there to lose the faith. Everybody keep praying.
However, on January 16, he tweeted some of the evidence which he has. Here is one page of hundreds that prove President Trump got around 79 million votes to 68 million votes for Biden. Everyone should want the truth. The document he published, the American Report, states that it was written in 2021 by Mary Fanning and Alan Jones. These two people are data analysts who explained the CIA's election manipulation programs named Hammer and Scorecard. They also recently released an IP record of Chinese company Huawei's alleged involvement in the 2020 US presidential election through Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, the arresting of the person who rigged the presidential election is attracting a lot of attention in the United States. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who filed a lawsuit on behalf of Texas last month, said on the 14th that he had arrested Raquel Rodriguez for election fraud and illegal voting. The following video was released by Project Veritas on October 28.
I'm James O'Keefe, standing here in San Antonio, Texas, and we're about to introduce you to a political consultant working for House Republican candidate Mauro Garza. Her name, Raquel Rodriguez, and she's committing massive voter fraud here in the state of Texas.
Okay,
So like on a day like that, how many ballots do you think that you can do that with?
I've already done, I don't know, probably like 1,800.
Wow, that's a lot of trips to the post office.
It's a lot of everything.
Raquel also admits to voting for voters in polling stations and collecting thousands of ballots. She even sent a picture of one of the ballots that she filled in. All of this violates state and federal laws and is so significant it could sway the elections here in Texas.
What I do in picking up the ballots when he was with me, that's illegal. I could go to jail. So I'm a little apprehensive to tell somebody what I'm doing. And so I can honestly say I'm bringing at least 7,000 votes to the polls.
So 7,000, and for San Antonio, for this area, it's a lot.
That's a lot. It's a lot, period. Motto allowed me $2,500 to buy gifts.
Okay, nice.
And you see how he's represented well. And what did she say? Like, wow. So what is she going to do? She's going to call on the phone.
She's gonna tell people,
and she's going to
right?
say, man, Motto sent me this badass shawl. You know what?
Yeah.
I couldn't vote for him, but you're in his area, you vote for him.
Yeah.
This is what you call flipping people.
We've just seen that a small handful of people are able to manipulate thousands of votes in one of the most important elections of our time. If we don't stop this abhorrent illegal activity, buying elections here in Texas may become the new normal, and voters' rights may become a relic of the past.
Of course, this case seemed to go under because it was not properly reported by the mainstream media. However, after Rodriguez was arrested for election fraud and illegal voting, this video is back in the spotlight. Rodriguez is a woman who has been scrutinized by the US media Project Veritas, whose records reveal that Democrats, Republicans, and even judges were deeply involved in the election fraud.
Listen carefully as she tells our undercover journalist the cost of buying votes.
I've got 3 Democrats, 3 Republicans, and the rest are Democrats.
Okay.
So, how much money are we talking? Because just so you'll know, when you do things like this for votes, you're talking between $5 to $8 per vote. I'm just letting you know, so you have an idea. And I'm going to bring $3,500 to the plate,
Okay.
countywide. So I know what I'm bringing to the plate countywide. So that's like $28,000.
So between you and me, I've got 4 judges that are calling me right now. This is what they're asking me. And they're like, we want to be a part of this group. So if we pay you $3,500 each, that's like 12 grand, dude. So those 3 judges that I'm talking about, and that's Renee Yanta, Nicole Garza, right? They're paying me $3,500, to make sure that their name is on the ballot.
What would you think about President Trump? He's always complaining, right? And then imagine if you could swing the Texas. It's a real reality.
It's a real reality.
You know, you got the judges, huh?
Yeah, the judges
How many
are
do
like,
you have, 3 or 4?
I have Judge Renee Yanta and Judge Nicole Garza.
Okay. They're Democrats?
One's a Democrat, one's a Republican.
Okay.
She is talking about a local judge running for re-election named Renee Yanta.
She heard you.
So what did Renee do when you told her
She
that?
said, well, Raquel, I need help. And I said, well, I'll help you. But now she's out 2,000.
Oh wait, but you said you'd help her, but then
She's out 2,000.
right.
But Renee, she wins. We're going to need her. She's the Chief Justice. So I told her, I know you're out money, but tell me what you can afford. I can afford 700. Give me the 700. I'm out. I lost money. Understand? I'm out money now.
So some of my Republicans are precinct chairs that cannot be known because they could get kicked out, but they want to help the Biden. So that's how they're helping me with my debt.
These Republicans want to help Biden too?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm getting paid to do.
Texas Attorney General Paxton said, "Many continue to claim that there's no such thing as election fraud. We have always known that such a claim is false and misleading, and today we have additional hard evidence. This is the victory for election integrity and a strong signal that anyone who attempts to defraud the people of Texas, deprive them of their votes, or undermine the integrity of elections will be brought to justice. The shocking and blatantly illegal action documented by Project Veritas demonstrates a form of election fraud my office continually investigates and prosecutes. I'm fiercely committed to ensuring the vote process is secure and fair throughout the state, and my office is prepared to assist any Texas county in combating this insidious, un-American form of fraud. Meanwhile, Project Veritas released the whistleblower video of Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, who was condemned worldwide for deleting President Trump's account, and they reinformed the world of the true nature of the big tech.
We do intend to do a full retro, as I said in my note. It is going to take some time. And then the other thing, just to close out a little bit, we are focused on one account right now, but this is going to be much bigger than just one account, and it's going to go on for much longer than just this day, this week, the next few weeks. It's going to go on beyond the inauguration. We have to expect that. We have to be ready for that. So the focus is certainly on this account and how it ties to real-world violence, but also we need to think much longer term around how these dynamics play out over time. I don't believe this is going away anytime soon. The U.S. is extremely divided. Our platform is showing that every single day, and our role is to protect the integrity of that conversation and do what we can to make sure that no one is being harmed based off that. And that is the focus, and that is the color we're going to provide.
After the account of Trump and his supporters were deleted or suspended in Twitter, Twitter's share price fell by up to 15%. An internet user called him a censorship wizard, which mocked the part that censorship had magically dropped the stock prices. On the other hand, despite the attacks and denunciations of Republicans by big tech, MSM, and radical left-wing Democrats, there is one person among them who is not so much criticized, and that is the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. And suddenly Pompeo posted this picture on Twitter on January 17, America First. Many people were interested in this photo, which was posted without any explanation. But some people were concerned that something might be happen. As a final point, I'd like to ask a question about Raquel Rodriguez. This is the comment that got the most likes button in the Veritas video. I suppose the question is this: how many Raquels weren't caught on video? 1 or 10 or maybe more than 100? Who knows? There are two types of people who claim that the 2020 US presidential election was the safest in the US history, despite evidences and actual cases of electoral fraud. First, a person who was never really able to see this news through the effort of big tech and the mainstream media. Second, a person who doesn't want to admit it, even though he or she already knows it. Think of the first two types of a person close to you. Show these things by sharing Project Veritas or this video. What do you think of this video? Thanks for watching. Your comments and likes also share. Be safe.